Oh, nah. Not the short our shit.
Sharding my shit.
Oh, those are...
Throwing away my... I'm gonna give us my water. Myself some water.
But you sound like Bingus Bungus.
Bing, 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 bing. You are about to.
Dude, one of my students.
How many
One of my
Pokemon episodes are we doing?
usernames.
2 more of this.
2 more. Okay.
One of my students' usernames at School of Rock on Instagram is Bingus Bungus.
Hell yeah.
I only see it because they comment on like the School of Rock posts that the school posts, and I'm like, who is this? And then one time I looked at it and I was like, oh no. Mike is taking me on a surprise date.
Where are you guys going?
I don't know. It's a
Oh,
surprise.
I guess it wouldn't be a surprise, huh?
I don't know.
My bad.
Charters.
Alright, welcome back, by the way. We're gonna go ahead and challenge the gym right quick. Now that we got our Monferno. After we fight these dudes.
I need to play more League.
Oh, nah.
Yeah. Shut up.
Why?
Dude, I just love the game. Like, you guys are all...
got the virus.
Like, you guys are all, like, haters,
The
and
love of the
honestly,
game,
it's fine, but, like, I genuinely like it.
Not you guys
Like-
all. Don't count me in that. I'm not in there.
All of us.
I genuinely like the game. Like, I don't know what to say. It's just fun. It's just my shit. Maybe I've been Stockholm Syndrome into it, because I've been playing it for 15 years since I was 12 years old. I don't know, but I still love it.
Bing, 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 bong.
That's
Yeah,
the mage
I'm in
my
an
head,
abusive
bro.
relationship with it. I don't. Like, sometimes I leave a little bit and I'm like, oh, this is fucking awesome. And then I'm like, well, what if I do a match and then I play a match and I'm like, holy shit, I gotta play more.
I don't
And then I
know.
get really pissed off.
Oh, bruh. I just think you can't get pissed off at League. It's just like the lesson learned.
Yeah, you can't play seriously.
Isn't
That's why I
the
don't play
saying,
ranked.
don't hate the player, hit the game? Let me hate the game.
Wait, what, Roberto?
Isn't the saying, don't hate the player, hit the game? Let me hate the game, Allison.
No, you cannot. Oh my god. Dude,
Fuck it, I'm gonna hate the players too.
bruh. It's how we met, Roberto. If you didn't have League, you wouldn't have me. Be grateful.
Yeah, I wouldn't have nothing if we didn't have you. Yeah,
If I was a rich man,
if I was a bitch, man.
with a million or two.
Hi, Pee-Pee.
with a
What
bitch-
did you just say right now?
She
So
said,
guys,
Hamuda
work?
Habibi.
Say hi, Pee-Pee.
Hamuda Habibi.
Habibi?
I walked. No, Habibi.
Hamud. Hamud.
Also, the gym leader theme in this game is fucking awesome.
Hey. Yeah. Alright. I'm off to
Oh,
my
no battle
surprise date.
animations.
Wee woo. I'll be back later. Ooh.
Okay, there she goes. Shit in my shit. Don't learn that shit. You don't need that shit.
Yeah, that move sucks.
This is a pretty good
Yeah.
theme. Yeah, I love it. It's like the most unique gym leader theme up to this point. Yeah. Shit on my shit. Shit on my shit. Are we? We're fighting the gym leader right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
I wasn't even fucking paying attention. I was so busy on like the sharding and fucking...
You're too busy sharding your shit.
Yeah. Holy shit, a Cranidos.
Oh, he's got the fossil.
Yeah, we gonna make it extinct again. Hold up.
Oh.
We're not putting the fossil Pokemon in our team, right, Jake?
No.
Just shit in my shit right now.
Yeah, they're gonna
Nope.
lame this gen.
time.
Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
because this one's just a fucking dinosaur. Like, it's not even cool.
And that's Roark.
They're all.
Alright, nice. We can progress. Ooh, you gave us Stealth Rock. Thank you very much, my friend.
I wish there was more dinosaur analog horror. I keep talking about dinosaur analog horror. Dude, it's fucking awesome. It's so cool. Like, out of all the things that have come out of that, like, new wave of, like, internet horror, like, dinosaur analog is my favorite.
I think you were talking about one of these before, where it was like a raptor that everyone loved.
Which raptor?
I know, a raptor. They gave it a name.
For what?
I don't know, one of your analog dinosaur horrors.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It was a thing, like, there's a raptor that everyone loved. And it's like, oh, this raptor.
Oh, fucking, for the fucking weird birds.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was Tommy. And it was like a lore accurate velociraptor.
Bing,
Yeah, and they're just like, they're little guys. They really are basically just birds.
Yeah. And then
oops.
there were the fucking like Utah raptors that were like actually the size of the Jurassic Park velociraptors. There's a lot going on with that shit though.
We gotta get a Plimpo variant.
That's more like digital horror
I'm about to shit inside my
and like
pants.
ARG type shit.
Nice, we can now progress.
Don't look at me like that, Bidoof.
Oh, yeah,
Or should I say Chumley?
The fucking... Like, there's a couple of videos out there that's like, oh, like, VHS recordings of, like, Jurassic Park footage. Not, like, from the movie, but, like, people made, like, like, that kind of thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really
We
cool.
should play Dino Crisis.
We should play Dino Crisis.
It's just Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs, right?
I think so, yeah.
Mess them up, Goku.
You know, another thing I've been meaning to talk about, because now that I've been thinking about it, I'm sure a lot of us can speak here, but I've been meaning to, like, tell amusing stories about, like, high school shenanigans, because I'm pretty sure we have a lot of those.
Oh, yeah.
Little fun little memories. So I was thinking about my Spanish class, and you guys all remember language classes. But anyways, for those of you either A, not in California, because I think states do it differently, or, you know, just not in the US at all, how our particular school worked was, like, a requirement to graduate was you needed 2 years of a language, and it had to be the same language. Our school taught like Spanish, French, Japanese, and some other ones, but those are the 3 main ones, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
And
there was Chinese too, and Filipino.
yeah, there were some ones I was surprised we actually had. I was like, damn, what the fuck? But definitely, like, obviously the huge one is Spanish, because we're in, fucking Southern California, so that makes sense.
Yeah, the border's right there.
So I actually took Spanish freshman year, obviously, because, like I said, that's where I beat this fucking game.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. So, again, I don't know if it's different in other states or definitely different in other countries, but for us, a passing grade is like a D, technically, even though that's oddly very low. You could get by getting all Ds, surprisingly. However, language classes were different, because in order to count 1 year of language being passed, one of the semesters needed to be a C. Just one of them. And so in my case, so I don't know, like when I was like 14 or whatever, language class was fucking awful for me, because I mean, obviously to, learn the language and be involved in the class, you have to like speak it, which I dreaded. I hated public speaking, me as like a shy little 14-year-old kid.
Yeah. I've
gotten better at it now, but like at the time I was absolutely fucking awful. Like anytime I could avoid not speaking, I would. So yeah, I hated that shit. I didn't really study. I didn't really pay attention. So the first semester of that class, I got like a D or something. Which, that class is also like not great, because unfortunately, as if it couldn't get any worse, because I had to speak publicly and shit, I knew no one in that class. And to top that all off, like, it was one of those classes where it felt like every single person in that class knew each other except for me. So like everyone's talking and being all loud and shit, and I'm just like sitting awkwardly in the corner. They were also kind of some of them, not all of them, were what I like to call the popular kids, aka the annoying kids, who literally just like love to interrupt class and just like not do anything else. And for some reason they like know a lot of people, because people are also annoying. So that sucked. So basically anytime I had to like work with other people, it was fucking like I was suffering.
Yeah, I had a class like that in college.
I just didn't like that class. But point is, hi Looker. The fuck are you? Okay, whatever. So, anyways, yeah, I just really didn't pay attention that much. So, actually, hold on, I'm gonna pause for this actually, because this is important. Job. Well, how is the Pokédex progressing? That's an Orberg gym badge, I see. But I hadn't given you your first Pokemon only recently. Perhaps being a trainer is like second nature to you. Oh, Professor of Pokemon, you must be so difficult, or must you be so difficult? We are speaking to you on business because this is work for us. What we're saying is we demand you comply with our demands. Quiet, you lot. Why must you be such a nuisance? Let me list some lessons you still need to learn. 1. Don't loiter about for no good reason. 2. Don't interrupt others while they're attempting to converse. 3. If you don't get your way, or if you don't get your way, don't. I accidentally skipped the rest of that dialogue box on accident. 4. Don't you think you've grown strong just because you're in a group? 5. What is with those outlandish outfits you have on?
That last one isn't even like a lesson. He's just fucking like
yeah, he just crashed out.
Roasting the shit out of him.
My goodness, you call yourselves adults? You kids don't grow up to be like these sorry specimens. You had to make this personal.
Yeah, he
You have forced our hand into making a show of force. We will make you regret insulting Team Galactic. You kids, give these thugs a lesson in civility, please. Jub, join me and battle these guys.
Jub.
So yeah, Gen 1 and 2 had Team Rocket, Gen 3 had Aqua and Magma, and this is Gen 4. We got Team Galactic.
Nice. A little stunky up in here.
We have fucking Ass Face and Sassy Cat.
Yeah, we got Stanky.
Bro, I can't look at that dumbass Turtwig sprite.
Yeah, his derpy little smile.
I had a class like that in high school. I'm sorry, in college. It was actually my first English class, and I fucking we got put into groups to do like a group presentation on a book.
All right, hold up, we gotta fucking finish this first. You leave us no option. We will retreat for now. We shall do so because Team Galactic is benevolent to all. That lot, they call themselves Team Galactic. When Pokemon evolve, they seem to release some type of energy. However, I believe that it's a mystic power far beyond our control. But Team Galactic seems to be studying that power's potential. They want to know if it can be used as energy for something. Jub, did you know about this? The professor studies the evolution of Pokemon too. According to his research, 90% of all Pokemon are somehow tied to evolution. Maybe that's the reason those goons try to take the professor's research data. They're not allowed to do that. It's all over, so you can relax now. Still, thanks to you two, nothing came out of that situation. I appreciate that. Incidentally, Jub, kudos to you for battling skill. It got me thinking, why don't you go collect all the gym badges of Sinnoh? Doing so, you'll be sure to encounter lots of Pokemon. That, of course, means your Pokédex pages will continuously fill up. In other words, they'll be of great help to my research. That said, I've given you your first Pokemon and Pokédex as yours to keep. You're free to do with them as you wish. Take care now. The fuck are you? Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's for something else we'll show off later.
Just a big fat farmer in overalls pulled up.
Where he's a fucking TV station guy.
Yeah, we can interact with that later. Okay, now we're good, I think.
Yeah. Well, oh, college fucking English class. Yeah, that shit. Because, like, I got put into a group with a bunch of people who, like, kind of seemed to know each other. And so they were all talking, and I was just, like, sitting there. But the problem was, like, they weren't fucking doing... Like, we were supposed to make, like, a poster, and they were sitting there trying to deliberate on who did what for, like, fucking 20 minutes. And, like, we only had, like, half an hour to do this shit in the class. And so the last 10 minutes, I was like, literally, all of you need to shut the fuck up, and we just need to start writing shit on this poster. Like, whatever we need written down, we need to write down. And I started writing down the shit, and they were like, oh, fucking fine. And we did it. And then we fucking finished the poster, and, like, it was supposed to be, like, one person presenting. And no one wanted to present, and I was like, you guys fucking suck. I'm just gonna present this. And so I presented it, and we got a fucking... we got an excellent grade on it, and I was like, you guys fucking suck.
Yeah, I've dealt with both sides of that coin. It's very annoying. You either, over the course of middle school and high school, you're bound to work with really weird and annoying people.
Yeah.
So you'll either get the people who are like really stupid and just like don't do anything other than try to be annoying. However, you could also get like really annoying smart people. And these are the type of people who they'll like go out of their way to do like everything on their own and then get really annoyed and be like, why am I doing everything? I've dealt with that a lot.
Yeah. It's like, dude, fucking let us do shit, man.
It also doesn't help that over the years of also it happens that like sometimes you get grouped into you just get put into groups to work on something, But like the assignment you're assigned, like really can just be done by one person.
Sorry, I would eat the fuck out of that Pokemon. Anyways, go ahead.
Like it's, yeah, I don't know. It's also very odd when you like have way more people than you need to do anything.
Yeah,
Because I've been put into groups where we're working on something, but then it's just like, we don't need 4 people to do this, so I just kind of end up sitting there.
Yeah, group projects are always a scam.
yeah, fucking. That happened a lot in band when we were trying to get the truck ready for like a tournament. Because it would be like, okay, everyone, like my band director would be like, okay, everyone needs to go out and like help load the trucks. But the trucks are only so fucking big, and we only have so much shit to put in the trucks. So what would happen is like, you'd get pretty much like all of the percussion section, like loading their shit in. And it's like, okay, that's like into one of the trucks. And it's like, okay, that's fine. Like they know how to do this shit. And there's enough of them that it's like, yeah, whatever. Like they don't need any help with this. And then you would get literally everyone else like loading uniforms onto the truck. And everyone has one uniform. But the way we did it was so like efficient. We'd have like fucking like 30 people just standing around while the section leaders would like gather up all of the uniforms and just take them, and then someone would grab them and fucking hook them into the truck. And my band director would fucking walk out and see like 30 of us just standing there fucking chit-chatting, and he'd be like, why the fuck are you guys just standing here chit-chatting? You guys are supposed to be helping. And it's like, we already have everything loaded. What the fuck do you want us to do?
Staravia.
Staravia. Starly evolved in Staravia, and the first thing Staravia heard was Jake crashing out about his band story.
What the fuck does it do?
There was like a lot of that. It's just like yeah, I get you're trying to like have us like work together so that we're more cohesive as a band, but also like you're sending more people than is required for this task. Like we can only have so many people working on this thing before like it just becomes excessive and we just have people doing nothing.
Yeah, it also doesn't help that, again, I was like, what, 14 or whatever, so I was not ever in a rush to like interact with people, so anytime we were assigned groups, I would like, I don't know, it would suck.
Yeah.
Because obviously I don't want to sit there and do nothing, but then again, I'm also like too shy and nervous to like ask or do anything. Nice, good job, Chumley.
As long as I felt like I contributed, I was like fine. Like I didn't mind either just doing a section of whatever project or just presenting the damn thing.
Mm-hmm. I had a really stupid psychology teacher in high school.
What year?
Fucking senior year.
Did Roberto also have this class?
It was the they them teacher.
I did not have this class.
Okay. Yeah, so
I forgot. What the fuck did you take? Because I remember there was this one day, do you remember? We all had this senior breakfast and you just went missing. And then we found out later you were taking a final for some class.
yeah.
I don't know what it was.
It was for the
but I know Jake was also involved.
Yeah, it was this fucking sociology
Oh, yeah. That makes more
because I had
sense.
to because that teacher actually almost made me not graduate because of how ridiculous that fucking class was. I was
Was it like AP or was it regular?
It was just
I actually
regular.
might have had- I think I might have had them.
and I
They called-
had to go to the counselor, and they set me up to make up the credit so I could graduate on the fucking like Arizona University thing. And I literally basically just did the class in a day. And then I took the final for that and I passed, so
Yeah, I remember. Roberto, you were involved in that. I remember.
But
you know who was took that class with me, and they called him Gatsby the entire time.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah. This is Lucifer you're talking about?
Yes.
Fuck that dude.
Dude.
Not gonna talk about that guy.
Oh my god.
Fuck that guy.
But that class, dude. So for the psychology part of that class, which I didn't pass, so I had to take the sociology. And I thought I would pass the psychology course because I was like, yeah, like this is gonna be fucking fine. Like whatever. And then I would have like a free period to just kind of fucking do whatever. But I had to take the sociology part. But for the psychology part, oh my god. So here's how the fucking class was structured. It was like we were doing the regular curriculum, but on top of that, we had a oh god, like a full semester project where we had to research something, any area of psychology that we wanted to research, do that, and then write a report on it, and then create a presentation on it and present it to the class. But on top of that, we also had to do the regular curriculum for it. And so it was like, I would have had to fucking dedicate pretty much like a majority of my time to that class. And the reason why they wanted to do it that way is because, like to paraphrase, it was the way Google was run, because Google's employees are allowed to do Google's software engineers are put into teams, and they just kind of do whatever with the phone, and then they go and they present it, and they're like, hey, this is, or like certain teams are allowed to do this, and they go out and they do whatever they want, like with the technology, like with the search engine or like with the phones or whatever, and then they come back and they report like what they've been doing, and then it either gets implemented in the thing, or they get more time to work on it, and then, or it's like, oh, like this isn't really needed, like go do something else. And the reason they wanted to do that is because, like, that was the reason why Google's productivity rate was so high, is because they just allowed their employees to do whatever they want. Here's the deal, though, is because my older sister's boyfriend works for Google right now. He's allowed to do that, but that's all he does. So, of course, he has the time to work on that shit.
But then you put the regular curriculum.
Yeah, but then you put the regular curriculum on top of that, and I'm doing band, golf, and I have 5 other fucking classes I have to take care of. I don't have the time to do that shit. That was fucking awful. And also because there's so many areas of psychology, I get like decision freezing, you know what I mean? Where if there's too many like things to decide on, I just fucking freeze.
Decision paralysis.
Yeah, decision paralysis. And so like for half the semester, I was like, what the fuck do I even do?
You should have just done stuff about Freud. He's so entertaining.
Yeah, that would have been funny, but like, I fucking hated that teacher, man. It was also their first year as a psychology teacher, and I was like, dude, fucking. On their desk was a fucking psychology for dummies book. And I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, we could only hope that they get better. Or have gotten better, rather.
Or are not getting put onto that anymore.
Or that
was fucking ridiculous. And then they didn't do that for sociology, and then instead they just... Well, no, they did the same thing, but for fucking... They just put us into groups for it. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? Also, sorry guys, like all of the stories from high school that I'm like really super passionate about and like are, I guess, would be entertaining for me to tell are all fucking like crash out stories.
No, that's fair. Fuck. Please, okay. But yeah, to finish my Spanish story, I never got to finish it. You start talking about other shit. So yeah, basically, TLDR, you need to get at least one semester a C. And the first semester in Spanish, I got a D, meaning that I had to get a fucking C in the next semester. Which I almost did not get a C. Because I think for literally the entirety of that semester, it was like well, not the entirety, but I think towards the end, it started fucking shit up. So it ended up dipping to a D. And it got to the point where I had a D, and literally the only way to bring that grade up was to get a good grade on the final. So I fucking I had no other choice. So day of the final, obviously I had like barely fucking learned anything from that entire class because I wasn't really paying attention. I fucking played Pokemon in that class, obviously, so I didn't really do much. So day of the final, I was taking it, and I was like, you know what? The only way I'm gonna do this is if I'd copy over the dude next to me's answers. So,
oh my god,
the entirety of the final, I was just peering over because I had a good view of this dude's fucking Scantron sheet, and I was just like the entire time copying his shit and just like praying to God that he had like good answers. And thankfully, I got a B on that final, which was enough to. Oh shit.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hello.
So I got a B on that final, which was enough to push me right over the C barrier, and I passed that year of Spanish. So your boy passed barely.
Wait, clutch.
Hell yeah.
And unfortunately, it didn't end up mattering too much. Because again, you had to take 2 years of Spanish. So I got to the second year, and I don't know, I was just praying for the best, hoping maybe I can muddle my way through the class and pass it. But dude, fucking sophomore year rolled around.
Shit, hold on, I gotta name this freak. Wibby.
No. Try again.
Try again. That's what I have written down.
You have it written down?
Yes.
It's on the fucking dragon scroll.
All right, well, if
Okay,
it's on the dragon scroll, it's Wibby.
Wibby. Yeah, that works.
I like the spelling.
Wibby.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Oh yeah, we got Wibby.
Cool. Wow, we have actually a decent chunk amount of our team
We got
already.
Fucking Goku.
Ooh, yeah,
Kaya
good.
and
Wow, they
fucking
have good moves,
Wibby.
actually.
All part of Jub's team.
Nice, that's fucking solid, actually. But anyways, yeah, I rolled up into Spanish class in sophomore year, and holy fucking shit, just my luck. The Spanish teacher we had, I don't even fucking remember his name. He was like this older, very strict Mexican dude, and like, I don't know, it's like he was just like the step up, like ignoring my performance, obviously, like the step up from my previous Spanish class to this one was like completely different. Like I felt like I'd fucking skipped a year. because that dude was like almost exclusively talking in Spanish. Like I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. And it dawned on me. And also, yeah, that guy sucked. He was just like an older fucking dude who was just like, he would constantly be yelling at people, even if like you weren't one of the annoying kids. Like, for example, like God forbid if you had like a headphone on or something like that, then he'd get all fucking irritating about it. He was one of those teachers. So it dawned on me that like literally after the first class that I had with that dude, I was like, I made the executive decision. I was like, I'm not passing this class. So I did myself a favor and just dropped out of it. And that's why I swapped Spanish out and then took French instead. Which went a lot better for me, actually. So I'm actually kind of glad I did that. Because I actually knew a little bit about our French class, because Macklemore actually just straight up took French. He took 2 years of it.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of why I wanted to do it. Oops. But yeah, our fucking... I made a good decision. Because I was like, I'm absolutely not passing this, and also I'm going to have a horrible time in this class. So I went up to my counselor. I was like, I'm switching to French. She was like, are you sure you want to do that? Because by the way, I forgot to mention, you can't like mismatch the languages. Like you can't take a year of Spanish and a year of French and have it count. It has to be the same language. So I was like, yeah, I'm sure. And then I passed French. And got like an actually like decent grade on one of the semesters. So I made a good choice. The second year was not great though. Because our French teacher, who was actually fucking awesome by the way, shoutouts to that fucking dude. He moved to Texas, I think. Which is a little strange for a French teacher to be moving there. I don't know exactly what the demand of learning French in Texas is, but that's where he moved. He might not be there anymore, but yeah, he was fucking awesome. Like, he would be the type of teacher who it is awesome to be in his class, because sometimes he would just fucking rant about shit that's just completely unrelated to French. It was awesome. He was a great storyteller, and sometimes he would just have he would crash out sometimes and be fucking awesome.
Dude, that is awesome.
He was definitely not the type of teacher to just like blindly follow the curriculum, because anytime he had a problem with the way they like were assigning him things, he would let us know. He would constantly dog on the textbook and was like, this shit sucks.
You beat Mario 3 in that class with Macklemore, didn't you?
No, I didn't take it with him because he was 1 year ahead of me, so I didn't actually share that class with him. But yeah, he was awesome. I loved listening to him. He was a good teacher, because he was the type of teacher where he would like, we would watch these videos of like, I don't know, just like these super basic French videos of just like people acting out shit. And just those really cheesy, poorly acted videos.
Yep, classics.
And he would literally like, not even having anything to do with the language, he would literally point at certain things in the videos and be like, people in France don't do shit like this. Don't do what they're doing. Like he was a real one. But then, yeah, he obviously moved, and then the second year came along, and then we had a completely different French teacher, and that was awful. That was a mess.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, I took Japanese both years. That's where I met Jacob. And that class was just a fuck fest, because like like we kind of didn't do anything in that class, and then like the first year of Japanese was like pretty easy because it was literally just learning the characters, like the basic characters, not any of the kanji. And then the second year we were learning kanji and we were like, holy shit, like this is actually kind of difficult. And then we still didn't do anything. And we still like passed with a C.
Well, yeah, because for you it was one of those cases where, from what I remember, the Japanese teacher was like a very nice old lady.
Yeah.
And as it usually goes, anytime you have like a nice old teacher, those are the classes you fuck around. It's just how the world goes.
Yeah,
I have stories about that
what
too.
was fucking awesome is that on the first hiragana test, she left the chart up on the wall. But yeah, that was awesome.
The only thing I knew about your Japanese class is that I don't know if it was you, because what period did you have Japanese usually?
Second period for the second year, I think.
Well, he might have been talking about you, but the only thing I knew is that because the French class is actually right next to the Japanese class.
Yeah.
So my French teacher would constantly be like, Japanese class is so fucking loud and annoying. I fucking hate these fucking kids.
See, that's awesome.
Which may well have been about your class. But I don't know. It could have been literally any other class, because that's what ends up happening with those classes.
Yeah.
I was actually in that Japanese class because for two things. First off, the PSAT. I took the PSAT in the Japanese class, I think, which is a story in of its own. But my English class in junior year, it was a dude who we were literally like his first year teaching English, I think. And he obviously didn't have a classroom yet, so we just used the Japanese classroom. So I was in there a couple times. I would see like the whack shit that was being built every once in a while.
That was a pretty fun class, though. I remember in my first year, one of the activities we did was doing a flower arrangement. And so we went into the library and we had someone who like does Japanese flower arrangements professionally, and they brought in like a bunch of flowers and we just stuck them in the things. And that was pretty fun.
All right, my Spanish story about how I cheated on the test also reminded me of this PSAT thing, so I might as well tell it because it's actually pretty related. So, yeah, I'm sure you two folks remember the PSAT.
Yeah,
barely.
All of us except for Macklemore, who actually opted to not take it, which I honestly should have fucking done because I didn't even take the normal fucking ACT. It was. I also want to get into this because this is also a fun thing to say, because our school schedule was so fucking weird, by the way, might I add.
Yeah.
But anyways, PSAT day is a pretty good example of like our how like our school schedule is really weird, but I'll get into that after. So I'm not the best person to describe what the SAT is, but it's basically just like, if you're in the US, you know what it is, because it's like it's not by state.
Colleges look at.
Like, pretty sure every single state does this
for US schools.
It might be titled something else, but I think generally everyone takes it. Actually, no, I think it's titled the same for everyone. But anyways, I took it just because whatever. I don't think I would have convinced my mom to have me not take it. Mm-hmm. So whatever, I just took it. And I actually did try on that test, and I like there were things I knew and things I didn't know, so I felt like I did pretty average.
Mm-hmm.
And we got assigned into, like I said, the Japanese room, and what's it called? I think it was we had like 4 hours to take that thing, I think.
Yep.
and I forgot if it was split or not. I had a feeling it was like 2 hours and then break,
Yeah.
and then 2 hours. And for example, our typical school day is only like around just under 8 hours.
Yep.
Like 7 hours and something. But anyways, first off, when I got towards the end of the when we started getting towards the end of the SAT time, like we were starting to get towards like the last 30 minutes or so. And I remember looking at the rest of the questions I had to finish, and I was like, oh god, I'm not going to be able to answer these questions in time. So I was like, fuck, like as much as I wanted to, I had been actually trying and like answering everything honestly up until that point. But I did, I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm not going to actually finish these genuinely. So I did the good old abacadabra trick.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know what that is you literally just spell out the word abacadabra on the Scantron sheet, and there you go. That's a surefire way to get everything right on the test. Yeah, it's obviously like a joke thing, and like I said, I definitely did not do that like the entire fucking Scantron. I only answered like the last, I don't know how many, but like maybe like the last fifth of the questions like that. But anyways, I did that, turned that in, and I forgot what my score was, but I did like pretty well actually.
Yeah.
I remember everyone, like once the scores came out, everyone was comparing, and I was like, damn, I actually did a lot better than some of the people that were that I knew at the time.
Yeah. It was that test and the fucking... What the hell was it? The other one. Not the SAT, but that other one that we did like in class, and it was like on our fucking iPads, I think. And it had a bunch of... For the English portion, it had a bunch of short answer questions. I can't remember what it was called. But it was the one that like the colleges didn't really care about, but everyone had to do anyways. Because it was like for... I think it was for like fucking statistics reporting to the state.
Yeah. Some stupid shit that I didn't care about.
I did that test, and I, like, for the math portion, I was like, holy shit, like, this shit is hard. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this. Because a lot of it was like some pretty high level stuff that I was not taking classes for yet. And so I just kind of did my best, and then I did the fucking English portion, and I got the scores back. And on the math one, I did like just over average. But for the English one, I had almost a near perfect score. And I was like, holy shit.
Ugh, I don't remember the name of it. But there was a weird test where like the school was being weird about it, and we took it in the computer lab, I think. We're talking about the same one. But literally, I don't even know how well I did on that, or how like well I thought I did on it. I genuinely could not tell you, because literally the only thing I remember from that whole fiasco was we were making our way to like one of the computer classrooms or whatever. And one of the, I don't know if it was a teacher or one of the like people representing the program or something. I think it was one of the teachers. But they said this stupid shit, and I'll never forget it. They literally were like, because they don't want the kids to cheat or whatever, which is fine. But they said something regarding phones, and I remember like almost verbatim what they said was, if you take out your phone, they were like right up front, like if they were warning the class, like if you take out your phone and you turn it on, what's going to happen is that we're going to detect it and an alarm's going to go off. So don't do that. And instantly in my head, I was like, that is the most bullshit thing I've ever heard. We do not have that technology in this school.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, she didn't say if you bring your phone in the classroom or whatever, or if we catch you or whatever. They said just the pure act of turning on your phone will set off an alarm.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
And I was like, that's the most dog shit thing I've ever heard. What the fuck? Not that I even use my phone to cheat or whatever. I was just like, that's fucking stupid. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like even people who like aren't unfamiliar with technology or would clock that. But yeah, it's just kind of silly hearing their like scare tactics trying to fucking get to you. But yeah, that's like the only thing I remember from that. Hold up. What was I gonna say? I think we're. I think what I was gonna say was, oh right, the PSAT thing. So, anyways, after we took it, because by law or curriculum or fucking whatever, because we were in school and we need to be in school for whatever amount of time, they still required us to go to all of our classes.
Yeah.
And because like over half the day had been taken up by the PSAT, like, and they wanted us to go to all 6 of our classes.
Yeah, wasn't it like a 20-minute?
Yeah, all of our classes were like just short of 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I remember going into all of our classes and every single teacher was like, yeah, I mean, there's like nothing I can do in 20 minutes, so just sit there, do nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, nice. Cool. Yeah, I think because of the PSAT, what featured that day had the shortest ever classes I had ever taken.
Yeah.
Even shorter than like a minimum day. Shout outs to Macklemore, who like, even though he didn't take it, he still showed up to school to that day. And I remember asking him during lunch, I was like, dude, where the fuck were you if you weren't taking the PSAT? And he was like, oh, I was sitting on a bench for 4 hours. It's like, damn, dude, what the fuck?
Dude, that's fucking crazy. To be fair though, what is it, like the fucking week before we graduated? Like, we basically had no classes because we were prepping for graduation. So it was like, get your cap and gown.
Yeah, dude, that fucking period of time was awesome. Me and Roberto remember that well because we spent it together a lot.
Yeah, like we didn't even have to like show up for class, right?
Yeah,
because they were like, you guys need to just like really prep for graduation because it's like this big ceremony, and you guys like. You guys basically have all of your classes done. Like, it's fine. You guys don't have to like show up for class.
Oh my God,
I remember
dude.
sitting in the fucking park by the high school for like fucking 5 hours because my parents would be like, yeah, but you still have to go to school. And I'm like, all right.
Dude, you just fucking reminded me. God, that was a good period of time. But
that
anyways,
was awesome.
Yeah, I think that week consisted of shut the fuck, whatever. One of the days was a senior breakfast, which I think might have been a Monday, and that's the day Roberto went missing. And we were trying to figure out where the fuck you were.
Lol.
But yeah, you were doing that weird whatever garbage.
I genuinely don't remember.
No, you were. I remember. And then, so that was one of the days. The other one of the days was graduation practice, where they basically tried to set up this whole mock like thing where like, oh, you sit down here and then we'll call your row and then you line up, grab your diploma, and then you sit down. But it was so fucking scuffed.
Dude, they sectioned off a fucking 3-hour block for something we did in an hour and a half.
Surprisingly, we nailed it. Like, nothing went wrong for how awful the practice was. Like, it was fine.
Yeah.
But it was so fucking funny because they didn't have enough chairs for everyone. So I remember looking at my phone while I was sitting there, and in our group chat that we had at the time with all our friends, with me and Roberto and all the others, one of our friends, it was fucking Vince. He sent a message of him. It was a picture of himself, and the caption was, "Bro, we're just standing here. They don't have enough chairs." It was like, I'm so
my
sorry, because
God.
we were out there in the heat for like an hour or something.
Yeah. And like, because I know a lot of other schools, they like have a list of names already, and they do like the fucking like, it actually takes like 3 hours because they have to go through each student, make sure they're all in the right place. The way our school did it, which is fucking genius, by the way. Whoever came up with this idea is a fucking genius. We all wrote our name on a flashcard, and we all just lined up, got into the row, and then like, as we were fucking, or no, this was like graduation day. Like they had us all fucking write down our name on a flashcard, and I think. Not gonna lie, I think they did this because the practice was so fucking scuffed. They just had us write our names on a flashcard, and then the day of graduation, when we were all lined up to go into our seats, someone came by and grabbed like each of the flashcards and like just kept them in that just in that deck. So they would read off the name, and it literally would just be like one after another in order, which is fucking genius. Whoever came up with that idea, props to you, because that made graduation go very smoothly.
Oh yeah, I think that week really did consisted of Monday was senior breakfast, Tuesday was practice, Wednesday was pick up your gowns, and then Thursday was graduation.
Yep.
And then Friday, obviously, we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good ass week.
Yeah, we had that. God, yeah, we did have that last Friday because they were like, "Yep, like we still have a week of school, and you guys still technically are going to this school, so it's just like, yep." Yeah.
I don't think we had to go to that Friday. I definitely didn't. That Friday, I'm pretty sure we had off.
Yeah.
I think I went.
I definitely didn't. I was in fucking LA.
Yeah, like we were still technically in school, but we were not required to show up.
Yeah, I like obviously school was still in session, but
Yeah.
my ass was absolutely not there, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people weren't.
I went.
I was in LA. I was at Universal Studios on Friday.
Yeah, I went and I hung out in my favorite teacher's classroom. And that was fucking awesome because I literally just sat there for the whole fucking 6 hours. Yeah, and I remember being like, oh, we just get handed a slip of paper up there and then we fucking like drop it off on our way back down. Or was it? No, they gave us the paper, and then that maybe not that Friday, but sometime after, because I think the week after school was still in session, for like the underclassmen, and so one of those days during the week we had to go in, and then we return the slip of paper, and then when we return it, they give us our diploma. Which I thought was like pretty dumb. Like you could have just given that shit to me with the cap and gown. But I guess it was like to make sure that you showed up for the ceremony.
Ooh.
Which is whack, because I know a lot of people who did not walk. Like they opted out of walking, and
Yeah, you could have done that.
and they just fucking like went and got their diploma.
What the fuck? The Bide.
It's okay, egg bomb.
Whatever.
I am the Eggman. What are you gonna do, bro?
Egg bomb.
Yeah, that last week of school was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because it was literally just do something for like an hour or two, and then we just went off and hung out with everyone. It's fucking epic. My shit is dead as hell. Oh no, she healed her shit. So
We we played a lot of Gmod in high school and middle school.
Yeah, that was the game to play.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it was.
And like every single time it would just be like, hey, do you want to hop on Gmod? Yeah, sure. And then we go into our private servers and then fucking just blow shit up for like an hour and a half.
The good old Skype. We made videos. The video's still up, I think.
We're like, oh, is there a new fucking G-Bombs mod out? Yeah, okay, bet. You want to fucking load it up and then blow shit up?
Yeah, we made skits.
Yeah.
We made videos. Fucked around with other people.
It's like that in Minecraft.
I would keep going to those Star Wars roleplay servers where you play as a clone trooper. And then I would like, do right face, about face, and shit like that. And then I would stop playing.
God, what the hell was I playing in like middle school, high school? Fucking Roblox. I played a lot of Roblox.
Roblox, zombies, Gmod, Minecraft.
Yeah, because we didn't have a whole lot of games at the time.
Dude, I played like nothing but Minecraft when I started playing it.
Yeah.
I was a Minecraft YouTuber. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I remember for a long time I didn't own Minecraft. So I would play like the free version on the Minecraft.net website back when it was still Minecraft.net.
Yeah, the in-browser Minecraft.
Yeah, the in-browser Minecraft, which was fucking crazy to me, by the way.
Shoutouts to you guys watching if you remember that shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking epic.
I played a lot of Flash games on fucking Congregate and Armor games.
I kind of did too. I was too busy playing Minecraft though, usually.
Yeah, I played a lot of... The fuck was it called? Raise and Learn to Fly, dude.
Yeah, Raise and Raise 2.
Yeah.
Learn to Fly was good.
Raise 2, I think, was the first like computer game that I almost finished. Because I wanted to beat it, but the last fight was pretty fucking tough for me, because it was like... It was Raise 2, I think, and like at the end of it, your character like gets infected with the thing that you guys are like, your fucking organization is trying to stop. And so it's like a last-ditch effort to like get everyone out of the base. So your character stays behind with this like infection that makes you take more damage, by the way. And it's against one dude who's a fucking bullet sponge. And that was ass. And I never beat it because I just kept dying.
And that was ass.
But Raise is a pretty fun Flash game. Unfortunately, the Flash player is no longer supported.
Yeah, RIP.
Yeah. I think those websites have like their own launcher though that you can play the Flash games on. I played Learn to Fly a lot.
There's also stuff like Flashpoint Infinity, where they're like programs that like just kept all those Flash games, just run it on your PC instead of in a browser.
Yeah. This is a fucking banger encounter theme. What the fuck?
Yeah, and it played twice. Fucker, psychics doing in the woods.
What are they doing with metal guitars?
Games on Roblox that I play a lot. Fucking Survive the Disasters.
Of course. Jake, load up Roblox on your phone right now.
Left to Die, I think it was called. That's where our fucking told my wife cheese is for dinner.
Yeah,
jumped off the fucking roof.
I talk about Left to Survive.
Yeah, Left to Survive.
That was like actually good.
Yeah,
I missed that game.
Fucking awesome game. Yeah, we were basically Left 4 Dead 2 zombie survival game.
That was pretty fucking fun.
we played a match. Michael and I played a match where we were standing on top of a building where the zombies like couldn't get us, and pretty much everyone was up there. So literally all we had to do was wait out the timer. And there was this dude up there who we had been interacting with, and we're just sitting up there, and we didn't have to do anything. But I guess this guy wanted his fucking Frank Sinatra My Way moment. And so he just types in the chat, "Tell my wife cheese is for dinner," and he fucking jumps off the roof and starts blasting zombies, and he eventually dies.
Yeah, sometimes you get the urge. He's probably just bored and he's like, I'm gonna create a threat for myself.
Yeah, and then the thing with that game is it's like you die and then you get to play as the special infected. And so he came back and he actually like almost made us lose the round because he could jump up onto that roof.
Yeah, he knew.
And he like got a bunch of us killed. And so there was just a bunch of special infected we now had to deal with.
Ugh. I miss old Roblox nowadays. The vibes are not there anymore.
And so much of it is broken.
Yeah.
Oh well.
You fail.
You failed.
Yeah, that came from Roblox.
Yeah.
Crazy that they used that in TF2 after. TF2 players think LOL's land of LOL.
Oh, fucking 5-Star Island Resort was a place I frequented often because it was always updating and there was a lot of like shit to explore on it. That, and I had bought the fucking VIP t-shirt so I could play Carmel Danson in the fucking in the DJ room. I remember
look at all these reds.
Yeah. I remember I saved up my fucking tickets for it. I logged in for like... because I think it was like 500 tickets for the t-shirt, so I had to log in for 50 days. And eventually I fucking got it, and I was like, this is fucking awesome. And all I did was like go in the DJ room and fucking play Carmel Danson. You were like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome.
There was a lot of free cosmetics back in the day. Like really shitty PNG free shit. But
Yeah.
they were like, there was a lot of free shit. And I collected so many like Tux shirts.
Yeah, like
which is
fucking
like the
penguin shirts.
Yeah, the mascot for Linux. I don't know why there were so many shirts for that, but I collected a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I think my favorite was the Spider-Man Tux.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost that account, so there goes all those Tux shirts.
Yeah. Man. Damn, I was playing that shit in elementary school. I would wake up hella early in the morning to play that shit.
I used to play that shit
before school.
Made my account in 2010.
Yep.
Late 2010, I think. And that shit was life-changing.
Yeah, I think I made my first account in 2011, and then I lost that account, and I fucking made my now current account in like 2012.
A lot of the time, I just played as a guest.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. I think I started playing as a guest in like 2009, 2010.
Yo, it's Palkia or Dialga, depending on how you look at it.
It's Palkia because it has like the wing things going on the back.
Love the music in the city.
They both got wing things going on in the back.
Oh, I guess we'll never know because someone took off the descriptor. It will forever be a mystery. Oh, I love the track in this fucking city.
Oh, by the way, Palkia or Dialga? Like not for this playthrough, but like you guys personally.
Palkia. I like it. It's pink.
I like Dialga because it's got a lot of straight lines on it.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
I'm a Palkia guy. I like how he's just sort of like a.
He looks like
Oh
an elite.
shit! It's the character.
Hi, Jub Jub. I'll be sure to remember that name.
Hello, Cynthia.
Cynthia.
My
there
name
we
is
go.
Cynthia. I'm a trainer just like you. I've been studying Pokemon mythology lately, just out of curiosity. Here in Eterna City, there's a statue of an ancient Pokemon. Have you seen it already? According to myth, it was an extremely powerful Pokemon. Who knows? You may encounter something like it while you're traveling with your Pokedex. Oh, I know. Try using this. It should be helpful. Thank you, Cynthia.
Dialga doesn't have the wing things. It has like a fucking crown on its ass.
Remember, the hidden move, Cut, can be used in the field. It'll let you go places that were previously inaccessible to you. It's important for filling up your Pokedex, right? Then luck be with ye, young trainer. Oh, there's one last thing. Please give my regards, Professor Rowan. That's Cynthia, just a normal trainer like us.
It's fucking Gary. I'm a normal
Hi.
trainer, just... Cynthia is a normal trainer, just like you and me.
Beep, beep, beep.
Hello. Hello, Jub. Nice to finally meet you.
I am stroking my shit. Alright, I think we'll have access to the gym later soon. Which we'll do in the next episode.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, join the team, stay tuned for more stories, more of us yapping about random shit, and also gym. Yeah.
No diarrhea this time. Shake
Love
my
you
head.
all, and we'll see you in the next episode.